Okay, so I just got home. I went into town and pick up some supplies. I had to get some medicine for Stella, and I picked up some groceries because remember I'm having company next weekend, so I had to go pick up some stuff. And anyways, the I got a video. To me, it's just, it's so obvious that something's wrong in the sky. But so I got a video when I was leaving, and the thing hadn't even moved when I came back. It takes me a while to get to town, go to the stores, turn around, like an hour and a half or 2 hours or something. It hadn't moved. It was just still sitting in the same place. That's why I keep saying there's things that are not natural happening in the skies. It is not moving properly. It's not the right color. There's just nothing right about it. So I got some videos of that. But I feel just so excited today. And yesterday was such a bummer day. And this is something I want to talk about. Somebody asked me about this. And, when you feel like you're vibing high, you're working on yourself, you're taking care of yourself, and you're tuned into yourself and you understand about vibration and stuff, then you can really feel it when you start feeling down and angry and resentful, frustrated, or any of those kinds of emotions, and you start doubting yourself, like, what is going on with me? I'm supposed to be feeling better. I'm supposed to have better control of this. And why am I feeling so down or angry or whatever the case may be, especially during this time, there's so much going on. But the whole thing is that you got to remember we're energy. Like this whole avatar situation, that's just a separate thing. But we're all energy. And nature is a part of that energy. And the true sun is a part of that nature. This thing isn't. But so all of these things and everybody else's energy and stuff are all moving. There's energy surges. There's all this energy moving right now. And so you can be getting, like, if you pay attention to the Schumann resonance, if you pay attention to the moon cycles, all of those things are going to affect your natural state of being, especially during this when you're picking up on other people's energy, and the energy from the people are going into nature and then it's sending back signals. There's like a whole thing happening. So don't feel defeated if you're feeling down or feeling like, something must be wrong. You're not doing it right. The days because I think yesterday and the day before, oh man, I had a couple of hard days. I was super frustrated. And it's just like, oh my God, I just kept going and laying on the couch. You just take those days that it feels like that and just, reset. Go in, just take care of yourself. Pull away from all of the stuff going on, because there's a lot going on. And also, this person, they're over in Eastern Europe, and they said that, yeah, there's troops and everything. And it's very scary. People are freaking out. And, this is what is going to happen. It's going to be, not just there. It's not going to be like old, the way it was before, where, like go into one country and just demolish it. This is going to be going worldwide, whatever's happening. So, and it's going to be temporary, but some places are going to be hit harder than others. But this is a global event. This isn't just, a war between Russia and the Ukraine or something. This is going to be everybody is getting involved. That's why all of it is just to get people to wake up, to get people to start paying attention, to pull forward, to get, take their brain out of this trap where it's trapped in this three-dimensional matrix, pull it forward and become aware, so that you can start working on yourself and living your desires, and this whole thing is, it seems scary, but it's supposed to be scary. It's supposed to be like scare people straight, scare people awake, so people can start living instead of just surviving. That's all we've been doing for so long, is just surviving. And it's time for us to start living. So it's going to be scary. And I can't say there's not going to be some bad stuff that's going to happen in some places, because there could be. And I don't know how long it's all going to go on, but it's not going to go like, past wars, years later, we're still dealing with the same shit. No, this is going to be big and scary, and it's going to be fast. I don't think I don't know. Maybe it'll be a month, maybe it'll be a week, maybe it'll be a few hours. I don't know, but they're definitely leading us towards that direction. But there's so much stuff going on. Like I said, there's like an intersection where it's just about to be a giant pileup of stuff, because there's just so much. They're juggling way too much. They don't have control like they're pretending to. Just like what I said, Joe Rogan has 11 million viewers and CNN has 1 million. That just shows you, there's way more people that are looking outside of the box. The box. Which, by the way, I was talking to my brother. This may be why I'm just super, super excited, because they're still doing tests and everything, and they can't find anything wrong. And, I got to talk to him about some stuff, like medical stuff and everything. But the thing I'm so excited about is that he started talking about CNN. You can't trust the news. They stopped watching the news. That they really want to just start traveling, that they really recognize the corporate it's the corporate industrial complex. I mean, it's the corporation that controls us. The corporation is the beast. It's the infiltration into our lives. And so he was recognizing that. And I was like, oh my God, hallelujah. See, people are waking up. They're waking up to the truth. They're seeing that we're being controlled. However far they get in each little part, people are starting to really understand what is happening here. And it's very complex. I mean, it's going to keep, unfolding for people, because it's super complex. The lies are so deep. Our history is full of so many lies. Everything in our existence has all been lies. And it's all been, because we're energy. And they just want to use our energy. That's all we are to them. We don't know our own power of our own energy. They do. And that is what this other part is about. The part of ascension, the part of empowering yourself, taking control of your energy, knowing your power, and starting to learn about that. So all of this stuff, I know so many people feel like, oh, it's Armageddon, it's the end, it's World War III, it's nuclear, this is going to be it. But it is the end of them. Yeah, it's the end of this world. It's not the end of us. It's not the end of all things. It's the end of them. The end of this corporate industrial complex. It's the end of the beast. That's why I said the tentacles are being cut off. Although it seems like it's being cut off, like with a nail file, it's slow as fuck, but it's happening. And it is leading us to where we want to be. But all of these scary events are to pull people's consciousness into the present moment so that they can start living. Because everyone has been a slave, even though they haven't even had the awareness. And my brother was even talking about that. Like, why do we try and fit in the rat race? I can't even tell you how many people I've had this conversation with lately. And what people are starting to want to realize, I want to live different. I want to do things different. And, it's waking everybody up to that. And that is what we want. We don't need to argue about all of this stuff with sickness and politics and stuff, because it's all ending. The technology that's going to come out and support us for our health is far more sophisticated than anything they can offer. They're just throwing us some bones, pretending like they care, which they don't care. And the only thing they care about is how many pharmaceuticals you're on. Then you have value. If you aren't on any, then you have no value. They don't give a shit about you. All they want you to do. And then so many people, everybody wants to go take the pill. I've got anxiety, I've got depression, I've got attention deficit, I've got this, I've got that. I've lived my whole fucking life on attention deficit. And, and I even tried to medicate me. There was one point when I was actually working my last job. I already had the brain injury, right? So, that was probably what I was struggling with. But I couldn't. I would have to go in and do my reports. I was a nurse, but it was like being a social worker. I had to go to people's homes and see them in their homes and stuff. And I worked for the government. And when I would when I go to what the fuck was I gonna say? Well, when I was going to my job, and I was having to go out. Oh, so when I would be in the office and I would have to type up my reports, it was like a big room, and everybody had cubicles, and it was a lot of social workers. There was only a few nurses and a lot of social workers. And the nurses, some of the nurses were kind of, well, sometimes nurses can get a little snooty. But anyways, we were in this big room. I don't think everyone, I know that there was one other nurse there for sure, but we would have to go in this big room and we had to type up our reports. And there's a lot of paperwork when you work for the government, a lot of paperwork. So when I was sitting in there and trying to type, I was so distracted with what everybody else was doing. I couldn't focus. And so this is when I was right before they started doing all the testing on me, and finally said, oh, you have a brain injury. Because before they were trying to tell me, no, you've just got hormone problems. You just, because they got to cover themselves, because it's a big boys club and they don't give a shit. I'm expendable. It's a lot more important to, have your friends, that you have scotch and cigars with, to, have your back. They all have each other's backs. They don't give a shit. So, they did give me some sort of attention deficit medicine. I think I took it like 2 days, and it was like being on speed or something. It was horrible. It was really horrible. I was like, no way. I don't want to, I'd rather just be distracted. But, some people, everybody has different things, everybody's body works different. Everybody's mind works different. And, but so many people, they just want that quick fix. I didn't like it. I didn't like how it felt. It felt weird to me. I didn't feel right. And, but a lot of people are taking it, and everybody wants the magic pill. And that's what Big Pharma, that's the only thing we matter about. And plus, when we die, they want to spray us on the food for others. So, we have that going for us. We have that value. Oh, God. Yeah, and you just think about some of those bodies, some of those bodies are decayed and not taken care of. And, yeah, and, we're just reconsuming this. Ugh, it's disgusting. But anyways, people are waking up. People are starting to see. And, I know it is some scary stuff happening. But you just that's where you gotta stay with your hope and your trust and your faith. And to know, this is real. This is really the end of an age. You can look this stuff up about the changing of the ages. And, this is cosmic. And this age is ending. So it has to, everything has to fall apart with it. And the medical is going to fall apart along with the government, along with all aspects of this world that they've created is going to implode on itself, because, the light defeats the dark. We're going into a time of light. We're going into the age of Aquarius. It's about love and light. So, and that's why so many people are awakening to this, their deep desires and their soul, and, being joyful and taking care of themselves, and, looking at life differently. That's what it's all about. So, it is definitely happening. And this isn't going to be, what it's been before. That was in the old age, that we had to go through years and years and years of war and, trauma after trauma. But that is what we're leaving. But it's going out with a bang, and it's going out with a big, scary bang for some people. But, it's all just to wake people up. That's all we got to, and don't feel defeated if you're feeling drained or you're feeling angry or any of that stuff. That doesn't mean that you lost your spirituality suddenly. It means you're human and you have emotions. Don't judge your emotions. Feel them. This is about mastery over your emotional body. It is getting control of your mind, your ego, control of your emotions. So, yeah, they're going to come up. And that is your opportunity to, recognize what places you need to work on. Don't beat yourself up because you're not perfect. Don't beat yourself up because you are not as accomplished as you want to be. It's the journey. It's the journey that gets you there. That's how you learn. And the more you recognize and the more you look around and try and understand about yourself, the more that you will have that will grow and change in your life. And, I talk about this so much. But anyways, just, this has to happen. I mean, it's a cosmic cycle. It's a cycle of the ages, and these things have to occur. And the dark has to be defeated because we're moving into a time of light. So just keep on trying to remember, what's happening has to happen. And, I'm just so excited by what I'm hearing from people. And people are really waking up. People are really starting to see. That's our change. That's the energy that we move towards. And nothing's going to stop it. You can't stop it. You can't change it. It's happening. And all you can do is just try and protect yourself and be safe. And remember that there is no death. There's a transition from one reality to another. There's no death. You're not going to die. Nothing's going to happen to you. Yeah, this avatar in this reality could stop being here, but you will transition to someplace different. So, they have people's minds so trapped and so scared. And that's how they control us. It's fear. That's what they use so that we will stay in that place, because they sell our energy to other beings that are all around us. Like I've said a million times, they're talking. There's all, you just, when you start realizing that you are energy, think about energy. Think about, where does energy exist? And you're not just regular old energy, you're conscious energy. You're energy that has a consciousness, that has awareness, that has the ability to make its way. You're not just energy just out. I mean, there is energy like that. That's the stuff you don't want to get attached to you. That's the stuff that, hasn't identified itself. Some people think of it as demons and stuff like that, but it hasn't identified itself, and it will attach to you. And if it's, yucky energy, then it's going to, it's going to hold you back somehow. It's like a monkey on your back. It's hard to get out of that energy. And that's why I say, like, turn on happy music, turn on all the lights, do whatever you can to bring joy. So you pull that energy towards you, because the light defeats the dark. The dark can't survive when there's light. And that's what we're going through right now. And that's super exciting. So all I can say is that on the days that you have bad days, just, if you need to spend it in bed and hidden away and pretend like nothing's going on, like I wish we could just Rumpelstiltskin this shit. But what would we learn? If we just went in and we slept through it, what would we learn? We'd be just victims to the same life over and over again, It'd be like Groundhog Day. We want something new. We want something different. We want to live our own best lives. We want freedom. We want to be, free, independent souls. And we want to go out and blossom and make our lives what we want it to be. I don't know if I have food in my I keep feeling like I did get something to eat while I was in town. I went to this Mexican place and I wanted to get a chili reno or a green chili quesadilla, but they stopped making them. Oh, I'm so bummed. So I got a chili reno burrito. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Some things are just, you want to make them, but it's a lot of stuff to buy and make for one person. So anyways, just, listen to yourself, be tuned into yourself. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. And this is a mastery. It's like a class. It's like you're learning. You're learning how to master your emotions, but don't judge them. Don't think something's wrong with you because you have anger. Anger is a natural emotion. Anger is just something you don't want to let it get out of control. Just like any emotion, it's all a spectrum. And that's why, it's about learning how to master your own so that you can take good care of yourself because, we need us all. Now, who wants to be around somebody who's emotionally unstable? Nobody. So to whatever degree, we all need to get kind of on the same page that we take responsibility for our emotions, that nobody else is going to be able to control us emotionally. So anyways, it's just something to think about, something to work on. I'll talk to you later. Bye.